folks. What I intend to do today is to do a brief review of the major components to make CPShop work, and just go through pricing, creating items and creating e-commerce categories, seeing them sync up to the website, then placing orders and seeing that synchronization process work. In Counterpoint, it's really these main 5 buttons where all the work is used to make CPShop work. First thing we have is a control table that determines where we're going to drop the orders into Counterpoint, what pay codes we're going to accept, some additional features on what descriptions we're going to use and how we're going to handle insufficient quantities, and also the ship vias, where we're going to drop the freight amount for freight that's charged online, if you allow guest checkout, which customer we're going to use, and if you're using local pickup, what your local tax code is going to be. This says web, but this might be, for example, we're in Tulsa, this might be Oklahoma as my local tax rate. That way, when we do local pickup, it knows which tax rate to charge the customers for local pickup. So once that's done, you hit save, and you've turned on e-commerce in Counterpoint. Now,
hey, Bill,
yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm not seeing your screen change.
I did that again. I put it on pause, and here we go.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Carry on, sir.
So again, it is these 5 buttons which are the major components of CPShop. This is really all you need to work with to make CPShop work in Counterpoint. The control table, again, we decide who gets the tickets, what store, station, and drawer, what payment methods you're going to accept. Now, the first one, which is green, online credit card, this is authorized.net or any other credit card processing service which exists online, like Chase Payment Tech or any of those, where when clients ring up their orders online, they're charged at the point of purchase and not down in Counterpoint. If you use integrated credit cards, the bottom 4 buttons, total possible 7, we will actually send that card number down encrypted to SecurePay, and SecurePay takes over from there, tokenizes it, and that card is used when you release the order. So you have full control over the payment process in Counterpoint. Then you choose your ship vias, how you're going to handle shipping online, where we're going to drop that freight amount, on which miscellaneous charge you want us to use. If you use guest checkout, which customer we'll use for that guest checkout. And again, the local tax code if you do a local pickup. So once that's turned on, you've turned on e-commerce in Counterpoint. The next step is to create your e-commerce categories. And this is a standard table in Counterpoint for e-commerce. You would add the categories you want to have in your system. These are different than regular Counterpoint categories because you might want to assign items to multiple categories. It's the terminal categories in which you'll see items assigned. You'll notice that I've got women's apparel, and there's no items assigned to that, nor can I add any. But I've got dresses as a subcategory, and I can add items here in bulk, or I can add a 1-by-1 by what I'm going to show you next on how to create e-commerce items. These categories are created online automatically. They will display in the order. You put them here. So if you want fragrance to be in a different place on your website, you can do that just by moving this up. And I would put fragrance at the top of my list. The next time I did a full synchronization, it would switch to fragrance being the first choice. So you have full control over how it looks. You can assign images to categories and long descriptions to categories also in Counterpoint. Those will render online correctly. Once I've made my category structure, then I can just create the items. I'm going to pull up an item that uses all the descriptions that are available. It's just a necklace that we sell in our test e-commerce store. You get a choice of price 1 or regular price as your e-commerce price. I'm currently using price 1. I'm going to change this, and over time through our demo today, I'll look back at this item. It'll change on its own. So the idea being you control everything in Counterpoint with the items. I've got this set as my e-commerce description. For the short title description, I'll save that as well. And so I use this for my e-commerce, my short description. And then on the e-commerce tab, you'd arrive at an item, you would check make it e-commerce. You would give it a long description. And I've got some HTML code in here to show you how that renders online as well. You can use HTML code. We have clients who put lines and boxes, rolling banners, all kinds of things with HTML code directly in this, and it will preview in Counterpoint as well. And I will save that description. You'll assign it to the categories you want it to be posted in online. You can always find it by description or keyword, but in this item, it would exist in all 5 of these categories. If I want to take it out of a category, I just delete it from this category listing, and the next time I synchronize, it will be correct online. We use one other field in Counterpoint for descriptions online, and it's a note description. And we just use this convention because it came as a part of NRO's original interface. And this particular client used this note extensively, so I built this into CPShop as well. This will take HTML code. This is just a set of bullet points wrapped around this. And once you've made those adjustments and hit save, you've now created an e-commerce item. This item will publish the next time we publish to the website with the descriptions. And also the item images are just placed in the item images directory. It's a standard image directory in Counterpoint. The images are named as item number.jpg. You'll notice this one has some carets and some colors after it. These are actual grid dimension colors. So if you want to have a primary image and a secondary image for gridded items, you can do so. And when I choose the blue shirt, the pink shirt, or the red shirt, it'll change that image online. You can also just publish multiple images. In this example, you'll see I've got an item number and then a house top and a 2. We will see both of these and pull these both up to the website and put them in the product gallery. You can also define what you want your image to change on. Right now, the default is set to color, but if you want to have texture or fit or finish be an image that you want to change for, you could do so. Just define that in our CPShop settings online. So we've saved that item as now an e-commerce item. Let's go out to our website and look at how this item is presented online. This is the necklace, and it has not updated yet, but it will shortly. And you'll see that this is the short description, or additional description 1, which I've named e-commerce description. There's my price from price 1. There's my note description for my bullet points, my quantity that I have in stock, and this is optional. You can show or not show quantities, and you can track or not track quantities as well. You don't have to stay tied to what you have in Counterpoint. And that is the HTML description, or the long description. These links were keyed into Counterpoint and are hyperlinks that render online, so I can actually go to that page online by clicking that link, and I could add that to my cart if I wanted. This was primarily developed because we got clients who I've got an outdoor store who publishes videos on their YouTube space for how to use their products, manufacturers' videos or their own videos, and you can put that HTML code in here and the video will actually play in this box. So let's add this item to our cart. Now let's go look at a gridded item. We support gridded items, and you'll see I've got a test note in here where I put some bullet points on that one. But I'm going to choose, say, a large, and I'm going to choose the pink. And we do support grid level pricing. If you have the price pack, you'll notice this one costs $50, but if I were to say choose the small, it would be $21. That's coming directly from Counterpoint as a grid level price for people who have the advanced pricing pack in Counterpoint. We'll add that to our cart. And we support one other product, well, 2 other product types actually, and that's going to be alternate units. You can, let's see, alt 1, there we go. You can assign an item with alternate units in Counterpoint. We fully support all 6 units. So if I choose an each, it's $50 or $5 in this case. And if I choose a 6-pack, it's $300. And if I choose a 24 case, it's $2,400. And these descriptions come directly from Counterpoint's unit description. So whatever you put here will be published online. And we will, if you track quantities and want to restrict from selling through 0, we'll know if you only have 23 in stock. If you're trying 24, it'll say it's out of stock and you can only order 23. So I'll add that to my cart. And we have one other item type, which is a kit. And I'll pull this surfboard kit up. And this is the parent item for a kit which has been published. And when you buy this item online, you're going to sell it for the parent item price. And when it gets added to Counterpoint, we use the regular kit process to add these items just like a kit would in Counterpoint. We support miscellaneous kits only for this feature. So I'm going to add that to my cart as well. And then I'm going to do a regular checkout. And I'll add my phone number. All my data has been saved in my buffer. And we currently support COD, online credit cards, Counterpoint NCR Secure Pay credit cards and AR payment for pay codes. And of course, you can use PayPal or any other payment method that your website that you choose to support will work with us. The only one that's directly integrated is going to be AR, gift card, and Secure Pay. So I'm going to use just online credit card to process this order. And this order is being placed in Counterpoint right now. Now that order is in Counterpoint. As a shop owner, you get an email that says you have an order. The client has an email that says being published, and then you can go to Counterpoint and just process this order. You can use any ticket entry method you want, batch processing, touchscreen ticket entry, order management, or regular ticket entry. I'll use regular here just for convenience. I'm gonna pull up this order, and there's the order I placed online with the kit exploded out correctly as well. And I'm gonna release this order. You can select all lines or partial lines, whichever you want. I'm just gonna select them all. And I've got a completed order in Counterpoint. I just have to complete, it's paid for. And that's the process. You can email the client directly out of Counterpoint, or you can just print the invoice out and drop it in the box, whichever you prefer. It uses all Counterpoint forms and features. Nothing about the order release process or the item management process has been customized. We use existing tables in Counterpoint and to synchronize all the data and pull everything up. And once it hits Counterpoint, it's just like a standard order. One of the other features we support is gift card sales and usage. So I'm going to sell myself a gift card here, and I could email this to whoever I wanted. Like I could gift this card to a friend or a college graduate, my family, for example. And I'm going to place this gift card order, and I'm going to key in my credit card. We're actually collecting payment for this online, so because we're going to activate this card immediately as soon as it's purchased. Oop, let's put three-digit number there and go 21. And say submit. This is actually creating a gift card in Counterpoint and activating the number. We create a new gift card. We assign this number, which is created online. This is a random SQL generated number with a prefix of your choice if you want to use one. And this card is now in Counterpoint. I'm going to use this to place an order, then show you how these two documents look in Counterpoint. So let's go back to the website. We'll buy something else, and we'll use that, well, you get that gift card number again. There we go. So I can use this in checkout. So let's go to the cart. Oop, let's go actually buy something. I emptied my cart, didn't I? Let's add this to the cart. In the checkout process, I can apply this gift card. We check in Counterpoint immediately with this gift card to make sure it's valid. If it's not, it'll reject the card number. If it doesn't have enough value, it'll use whatever value is available to it. Or if it has more than enough value, in this case, it'll just use what is required to complete this order. And you'll see here that I've applied the gift card of $27.09, and I'll place this order. Now, when I go to Counterpoint, there's two transactions we just completed here. One of them is a gift card sale, and I'll reprint this ticket and show you this gift card sale. This is the gift card we sold online. It is sold in Counterpoint just like it was sold online. So all the same history tables are created, same way of management, seeing the values of it. It's all normal Counterpoint. And the order itself will have the gift card applied to it and is paid in full. And if I were to look at deposits, it's just like you placed a gift card order online, and that gift card order number, that gift card number is there, so there's no difference. Let's save this deposit, and let's complete that order. And that's a gift card sale and usage from start to finish. If you have existing gift cards and your clients come to site with a gift card they've been gifted from the store or an older one, it will also work online, because we look down in the Counterpoint at that process and verify that not only is the card, does it exist and does it have enough value. And one of the other premium features is the AR interface. Several things can be done with the AR interface. In addition to making payments online with AR, you can pull an AR statement from Counterpoint to the website so the client can retrieve their own statements. This is a statement that's stored in Counterpoint. There's a section in Counterpoint to say store statements on printing, and so every time you print a statement, it's stored as a PDF. We pull that PDF up. So whatever your logos are, whatever your statement you would use this, and it could be gathered by the customer. Another feature of the AI interface is to look at open items, and I can go to open documents, and I can pull up what I have open in Counterpoint and what my AR balance is. You can make an AR payment online. It works similar to gift card. You have an online credit card processor. I can make a payment online, and I will not see this page or have this option if I'm not an AR customer in Counterpoint. Oops, let's fix this. And we'll key in that fake credit card number again. So I just made an AR payment, and when I look to Counterpoint for that AR payment, it is again just like a regular AR payment in Counterpoint. There's no difference. It's like it was made here. You can reprint that ticket, and it look like a regular AR payment ticket. It does come down as an open credit to be applied in the statement process. What we have on our roadmap for the AR feature is to eventually, when I go to AR, if I go to my account and pull up my open documents, we're going to give you the ability to actually check a box for the invoices you want to pay and apply payment, and that'll actually take you to the AR payment page and apply that payment to those specific invoices. But currently, it's just that method. And you can also check the value of a gift card here. Let's see if this value has been updated yet, and submit this. That's still $500. It takes a few minutes now to get an update to it. So if I'm an AR customer and I'm in checkout, we'll go show you the AR pay code that can be used. And let's go check out with an AR payment. That's there. I'll choose AR. And again, you have the option of showing this or not showing this. My available balance is this amount. If you are over your balance, you will not see the AR payment in your checkout box. It's just not available to you. And now I've just placed an order with AR, and when I go to Counterpoint and pull that order up, you'll see this order, and I've got a deposit applied to it for AR. So when I release this order, it'll charge that to my AR charge account. And we won't populate the amount until you release it. So if it pushes them over their credit, you'll deal with that on a customer by customer basis. So let's save deposits, and let's go ahead and process and release that order. And it is complete. Now I should have had enough time for the site to do its thing and update this item. Let's go see if it's happened yet on this necklace. And see that has changed to $250 on its own, and my description has also changed. The key point here is you do all this work in Counterpoint. The site just responds to what you do in Counterpoint. We've built it in such a way that you're using standard entry functions, standard tables in Counterpoint. There's nothing customized about any of these processes. And it really is kind of invisible to Counterpoint. The only thing that would cause our code to quit working would be a data model change on a Counterpoint upgrade, where we'd have to address that in the code. But we haven't had one of those since 8.5.2.1. And so we address all those. We got a client now who wants to update the latest service pack. I'll be testing that this week and be able to deploy the latest version and support the latest version as well at Counterpoint. Now that was my 10-minute demo, just to kind of work through the product and talk about the features we support. And I'd really like to open up to questions, if anybody has any, and kind of go from there.
Yes, we've had a few questions come through the Q&A. Mike has been diligently answering everybody, but I just kind of want to make sure we cover some of these so that in case people aren't seeing the answers, we get them out there. Nathan wanted to know which platform it's based on: Magento, WooCommerce, etc.
This is the WooCommerce site.
Okay.
Yep. There we go. Here's the back end of WooCommerce.
And then Nathan wanted to know, is it a template or a plug and play.
We have 3 templates to choose from. If you bring your own template, we will interface to that, but we have to quote the integration in case your template is missing some key elements that we use. But we have about a dozen or so clients who brought their own template, and it works just fine.
Okay, yeah, Nathan said that they currently have Magento 2 enterprise site, but they're coming up on their contract renewal, so he's looking at the cost of switching platforms.
Yeah. We've made a lot of Magento migrations. What's in Counterpoint, it would just have to be addressed with where you want the data and need to be put in the correct places in Counterpoint. But our team is familiar with Magento. We have our partner to Cometize works heavily with Magento sites. They even do custom development. So we know how to move the web data if you want to retain that data from Magento to the new site, and also they can help with matching the templates, or you can employ your own developer to take one of our templates and modify it to your liking as well.
Great.
We will give you full FTP access. This is your site. You own the site. We're an extension on this WooCommerce site. So we support our product, and of course, whatever else you want to put on the site, those vendors would support their products on the site.
Okay, maybe this answers Nathan's question, but as far as the connector between the site and Counterpoint, is that customizable?
If you mean, can we pull up custom fields and do different things with it than what we do out of the box? Absolutely. I spend about half my time working on customizations and the modifications to our core code for clients who want to do specific things. And I've got several sites that are highly modified. The majority of them are cookie cutter. There's plug and play, but we've got clients that are business to business, and I've got a client who's a dress shop that wanted to be able to show prices only to people logged in, and also a lot of other things about when products might arrive. So we've actually written interfaces down into the customer specific PO that when I log in, I can see what I've got on order and when it might arrive in my site. Those are customized examples of things we've customized. But is that the nature of the question? Is that correct? You want to know if we could change the way our interface works or add custom fields?
Nathan, let me know if that doesn't answer your question. I think it did. Kevin would like to know, Nathan said, yeah, that's correct. Kevin would like to know, can serialized items be sold online?
I haven't tried it. I don't see a reason why we couldn't, because that is a part of the data entry field and the document header to drop those orders in. We'd have to synchronize those things. I know for now that serial numbers aren't a part of an API endpoint to pull up, but that's one of the things we could write with our API to pull that data up. Now, ideally, they would not buy the serialized product online. You could list the serialized product just fine, and when you release it is when you assign the serial number. So that may be invisible to the CPShop website. We're just going to publish the product, even serialized or non-serialized. You can drop an item on an order in Counterpoint without a serial number. You just can't release it if a serial number is required.
All right.
So it might be invisible to us. I will test that this afternoon, though, and get back with the folks at RCS so they know.
Okay, yeah. Kevin, reach out and we can get you an answer.
Now, while you're getting the next question, I did neglect a few things in my demo, and I want to show you what a GC sample looks like. Whenever you buy a gift card online, let's go to that order, and I'll dig down into it real quick while you're addressing some more questions. I didn't show you what it looks like. You actually get to put your logo on it, and it gets delivered via email with a link, and the client can print this link out, pull it up on their phone, whatever they want to do to oh, that's an AR payment. I looked at the wrong one. Let's go down to this one. This was the order right here. Yeah, the gift card. And so whenever you buy a gift card and send it to someone, they get a link with your logo, and you can customize this how you like, but that's a gift card number with a barcode. There's a gift card number there as well, and the amount.
Great. Nathan has a question as far as customer groups. Can you offer customer pricing via price rules or customer groups?
Well, you can do it a number of ways. Yes is the answer to that. You can't. We have one built-in feature at Counterpoint that says, hey, like you might get 15% off to all manufacturers. And we've written in our core code, we've written a feature that lets you define a user group like contractor, for example, here. This also exists in Counterpoint. And I have a price rule that was written online, and a conditional prices it is part of WooCommerce feature says if I'm a contractor, I get X off or 15% off, etc. We also have contract pricing as a premium option that will pull up user-specific prices for specific items online. So if I've got a price rule written for me, this customer number in Counterpoint, or all customer numbers in Counterpoint, when I go online, I'll see my prices.
Okay.
The only thing we don't handle is quantity discounts, BOGOs, and mix and matches. Just straight up not sale prices, but straight up contract prices. For example, we've got a client that does a janitorial supply, and they've got like 100 Chick-fil-A's in the Southeast region. And almost every one of those groups, there might be 10 Chick-fil-A's in a user group. They all have their own contract prices for their products. And when they go online and buy, they log in, they see their group's prices.
Great. There was a second part to that question. Also, does it pull over any customer order if it was placed online or over the counter?
Not out of the box. We are authoring code like that for one client, and we may make that available to others to pull up all the orders that are there. This particular client sells all over the world, and they sell fine wine. And we're writing interface for them that whenever I go online as a customer, I see not only the order that I placed online, but one that's been placed over the phone, etc., and the status of that order. So yes, that kind of thing is possible. The core code does not do that. You only see items that are bought online, and those can easily be reordered also online. But they wanted this so that clients could come back, look through the orders, and order a specific bottle they might have bought 6 months ago, bought online or in the store. It doesn't matter.
Great. I think I have everything answered that I've seen come by. If I missed anything, please let me know.
Now, this is a very basic template you're looking at. Of course, we have sites that are using one of our templates that look radically different. Here, for example, is one of our outdoor suppliers. Let's go actually to their home. You'll see this is a much different template, and they've got a lot nicer imagery than I have on my site. And all this is just one of our stock templates. Most clients have taken one of our 3 stock templates and been able to modify it to their liking. And again, we have about a dozen or so who brought their own templates to the product. This is another one that has a really nice template. They do something unique with gift cards. They sell both physical and digital gift cards. So if you want a physical card, you can order a physical card. And this comes down to Counterpoint as a non-inventory item. You activate the card the way you normally would, put it on the ticket, and then send the card out. But again, if you want to buy a digital gift card, you just buy a digital gift card, and there's the same feature you saw for us earlier.
Great. I haven't seen any more questions come through. I will send out a recording of this tomorrow. If there's anything else anybody wants to know, or Bill, if there's anything else you'd like to share.
Hey guys, Ryan, this is Mike. There is a couple things I wanted to point out that maybe other folks are thinking about, and that's timing. We can move quite quickly with this solution and have a site ready in a few weeks, or it could take a few months. It really depends on how fast the folks are moving on the Counterpoint side, but you'd never really be waiting for us. So if there is a time crunch, we can definitely help, get a site live quickly. But average, I would say, is around, a month or two to go live. And then also, we do offer one-on-one demos as well. So Bill, if you wouldn't mind going to cpshop.us, if you can pull that up on your screen for me, please. And this is a great opportunity for you to look at pricing. It shows a showcase and all the different tabs at the top. But then if you look on the bottom right, we have a green button that shows where you can schedule your CPShop demo. So if you do want to have a one-on-one and more in-depth demo, we are more than happy to connect with any folks that, you know, have more questions or just need to, you know, speak to their specific setup, and we'd be happy to. So I wanted to make sure all you folks saw that cpshop.us is a great resource that has more information.
All right. Nathan would like to know, is there anything needed to be customized in Counterpoint for CPShop that is handled by RCS or you guys?
No. We have one trigger. Well, aside from our, actually, let me clarify. We don't rely on the NCR partner to have to do anything with CPShop. We're going to install the API. We're going to get if we have to do customizations, we'll collect all the data we need. You guys would help us with that. The RCS, the Counterpoint partner would. But there's no tables or anything you've got to customize unless you've got custom tables we need to write to. Then we would write an API endpoint to that is all. But we only have one out of the box trigger that we use, and I'm actually not going to use it much longer. And that is it's a note. We put a note trigger in. So when we release an order, we attach the new doc ID to that note. But we've overcome that with an API endpoint. So there's really nothing on the tables that would reflect that CPShop is installed. It's all done out externally with an API to leave your database clean. It's preferable to do that. So we're not supporting your Counterpoint. We're only supporting our API and the website.